Welcome to the start of a video series I would like to call The Backlog, a series of videos of me going to war with my massive growing backlog of games and trying to platinum them all. To start things off, we are tackling Sonic X Shadow Generations, a game that has hit the peak of Sonic gameplay with the Shadow side, while still showing its age a bit in the Sonic Generations part of the game. But overall, this looks to be an easy platinum to pick up. I decided to start off my journey with the Shadow side of Generations, as like most Sonic fans, we played Generations when it came out in Well, besides the growing back pain increasing, let's jump into this. The game starts you off back in the swing of things on the Space Colony arc.
Let you get away.
Oh, I'm back. Showing you some glimpses of what this game is going to require of you for the platinum. From the S ranks you will need, to the collectible keys in the levels, and even collectible boxes and bolts in the hub world, the White Void. They even show off Shadow's new and returning moves, from utilizing Chaos Control and Chaos Spear.
Alright, Chaos Control!
Oh, that's kind of sick actually. To a taste of one of his new powers, the Doom Wings. You good? Oh.
This power.
Hold R2 in the air to glide. The boost gauge will be the playable glide. Okay. But with a fantastic opening level and the feel of Shadow's new wings, I soared through to my first trophy. Okay. Space Colony arc restored. As I left Space Colony arc, I was greeted with my first new ability, the Doom Spear.
No! No!
Oh, like a buffed up Chaos Spear. Doom Spears. Before the open world opens up just a little bit more, leading up to the second level of the game.
You! Out of my way!
I went and grabbed a few collectibles here and there, just getting used to the new hub world before being graced with Rail Canyon. Rail Cannon? Question mark? Now these two acts are a love letter to us who played Heroes back on the GameCube. It even has such a cool transition to Radical Highway, showing just how cool Shadow can be. Oh! Okay.
You again.
But these levels are flying by as fast as I can boost as I restore Rail Canyon and get my second trophy. It was kind of cool. Rail Canyon 2D levels, kind of sick. Of course I got the S rank on that one. That one was... As I come out of Rail Canyon, I am greeted by Orbot and Cubot. Gentlemen, what are we doing?
Hello, Shadow.
Please don't smash us to bits!
showing what the machine parts are for, and being greeted by a wonderful discovery.
80? Good God.
After that revelation, I moved on to acquiring the Doom Blast. Power.
No. No.
Where the fuck? Oh, Doom Blast.
And activating the Challenge Axe.
What is this? Oh.
Two levels per act that are required to get the boss key to allow me to fight the first boss. These acts also have collectible keys in them. The challenge acts were some light work.
Oh, we got the S. Yeah, look at that.
And I found that the bells on top of these challenge acts are just like in Sonic's side and spell collectibles when they ring.
Whoa, 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 what is this?
So I ran around grabbing a few of these before moving on to the first boss of the game.
Who's the first boss? Oh, fuck yeah. Bio-lizard, baby.
The immediate satisfaction of seeing the Bio-Lizard arena and hearing supporting me made the 10-year-old me quite happy. The new additions to the fights were good too, not making it just a reskin of that SA2 fight that we all know and love, and was a fantastic call.
Okay.
Showing Shadow display the sauce required to take down this overgrown salamander.
Shooting a fucking spirit bomb?
Way off control! Take this!
Okay. Time to beat your ass. This is so sick.
And get me my next trophy.
Vanquished by a lizard.
With the Bio-Lizard defeated, I got a view of the fully opened up White Void, showing a playground to zoom around in between levels.
Okay, that's a lot. This is a lot, man.
As well as acquiring the Doom Surf pretty early on to move freely over the water.
It looks like an arrowhead.
No! No!
Oh, the little manta ray thing. Doom Surf, okay.
With my on-demand manta ray, I moved over, getting one or two collectibles to next level from everyone's favorite loading screen simulator, Sonic 06. Of course, loading into Kingdom Valley under 3 business days of wait time is always a plus, yet this level is still pretty fun all things considered. It does pick up with some use of the Doom Surf.
Oh god, there's so many routes to take. This level looks extremely fun to replay.
And a really fun homage to Sonic's speed section in the waterfall room.
Oh, yeah, the waterfall section.
But after a few eagle rides and a little bit of surfing on the wind, Act 1 and 2 of Kingdom Valley had been done, and I got my next trophy.
Nice. Kingdom Valley restored. And an S rank.
After Kingdom Valley, I ran around a bit in the hub world acquiring some more collectibles before moving on to the next level. And to my surprise,
An 06 level? Maybe? Oh no, Sonic? Why does he get a Sonic's level from Forces?
for some reason, Shadow plays through a level in Forces that he never plays through. He even had his own levels in the game, but Sunset Heights is fine, I guess. They even give Shadow some more aura farming sauce in a cutscene halfway through the point of the level, as well as the stage transition into the Radical Highway part.
Oh, we're back. Weave?
Act 2 was even a pretty decent playthrough with the rain added to the level. But it didn't matter how many Death Egg robots you put in front of me, I still restored Sunset Heights.
I don't know what just happened in that last part. Sunset Heights restored.
With Sunset Heights dealt with, and a small reunion between Shadow, Gerald, and Maria, he runs off to his next objective, another boss store. Now we are into the same song and dance of beat challenge acts, collect boss door key, rinse and repeat. I even had some time to collect a few collectibles on the way, but completing the 8 challenge acts, acquiring all the keys, I made my way back to the boss gate.
Let's see what this boss is. Oh, yeah, Metal Overlord.
I am greeted by one of my favorite final boss tracks and Metal Overlord. With what I'm made of playing in the background, this boss is truly something special with the Doom Surf, because you can't exactly just have Shadow go super for this. But this is an absolute high point of Shadow Generations, and one of the more fun boss fights that we get to fight, bar the final boss later in the game. But one dynamic entry later, and Metal Overlord has been vanquished.
This game's so sick. This game's sick as f.
Next up, we get a bit of a lore moment between Maria, Shadow, and Gerald, as we get backstory on Maria's illness, as well as how Shadow was created and Black Doom and Gerald's relationship. Before moving on to our next new power, the Doom Morph.
This is very Bowser's Fury.
No.
Using this new power, I can now move through what I like to call the Doom Goo, to make my way to the next level. Now, me being honest, I haven't played Frontiers yet, but I was pretty sure Shadow wasn't in it. Still, this level utilizes the Doom Morph pretty well, while sadly being the flattest looking level in the game, with no notable set pieces or special moments like the other levels. The absolute 2010 Skrillex soundtrack is fantastic though, especially with the vibey Act 2 part. The OST is an absolute win in this game, and pushed me through to restoring Chaos Island.
That was an enjoyable level. That one was fun. Chaos Island has been restored. Give me the S rank with all the collectibles. Easy clap.
After Chaos Island, we have a cutscene of Sonic vs. Shadow, the boss fight that you do in Sonic Side of Generations. With a nice little nod to Heroes with the dialogue that's a little bit chef's kiss, if I do say so myself.
Business is finished.
Yeah, sorry, but that Chaos Emerald and I have a date with a monster.
Well then, it'll be a date to die for.
This is the first time, though, that there's not 2 levels before the next boss. So we made our way to the boss gate, unlocked our challenge axe, got those boss keys, and a few collectibles on the way, of course, before moving on to my absolute dog, Mephiles the Dark.
Oh, Mephiles?
What is this? A seal of some sort?
Never has my man's looked so good, and never has Shadow laid into a man that he does not remember with such disrespect as in this fight. Shadow was on a mission dispatching Mephiles' Shadow Clone Jutsu before he put him back into his vial and probably made him not exist for the rest of time because Sega ain't bringing him back.
Oh my goodness.
There is no future for you. Ever.
I have vanquished Mephiles. And I got the S rank, let's go.
With the last ability key we've acquired from Mephiles, it's time to acquire the Doom Wings for good. Kinda like Shadow's supersonic mode for this game.
Doomwing.
But with all of our Doom powers collected, the endgame activates. The Doom Zone lays up and puts Radical Highway parts flying in the sky up to Black Doom's weird eyeball moon that I totally forgot to talk about, but that's fine. But after a few cutscenes and a little bit of a trek up to the moon, it's time to play the final 2 acts of the game, Radical Highway.
This is an act? What are we doing? What do we got? Okay. Unlocked.
They didn't have to, but they absolutely cooked with both the OST and these levels being super inventive and engaging and testing you and your prowess before the last boss. I didn't even know they could make Radical Highway sound as good as it did with a little bit of a funk to it in Act 2. But now, it's time to move on and finish this game.
Well, that was hard. Radical Highway Act 2. Clear.
We've now made it to the end of this story, where we gotta throw down with Black Doom in his Devil Doom form. The first part of this fight requires you to show mastery of some of your Doom abilities, first beating the Doom Surf as you hang 10 on the flooded streets of Radical Highway. Next up is your Doom Morph, as you do your best Spider-Man impression, swinging your way over to the overgrown Clear Eyes commercial. And moving on to the second phase of the fight. You're now up against a Neo Devil Doom. An orchestral mix of all Hail Shadow plays as you use your Doom Wings This is very much a victory lap fight with all the spectacle.
What's up, buddy? It's a nice big eye you have.
And still makes you feel so good, like your 10-year-old self is happy on the inside. But even though this is one of the coolest things, we sent Devil Doom back to the depths of Shadow's memories.
To end this!
I crafted everything up till now, and yet you deny me!
Oh my god.
Shadow, you!
And we have now cleared the base game of Shadow Generations.
Shadow Generations, all stages cleared. I got slammed that one.
It was an absolute treat from start to finish. Peak, as the kids say, but we aren't done yet. We have one more thing to do before moving on to Sonic's side. All that's left to do now is to clean up the miscellaneous trophies and the collectibles. That requires S ranks in all base acts in the game, all collectibles acquired including machine parts, and to fight the final boss one last time just without getting hit. I will save you the time of watching me go through all the levels once more for the collectible keys and the S ranks, but here is me acquiring the trophy for all the S ranks.
Oh yeah, ultimate life form acquired. That's S rank in all main acts.
After all the collectible keys have been gotten from each level in Challenge Act, I made sure to run around opening every collectible box.
The last collection box.
There are even some challenge acts that only unlocked after you got the Doom Zone from being the final boss, and I cleared those to pop the next trophy.
What? Shadows clear all challenge acts.
Now I ran around like a chicken with my head cut off, finding all these machine parts. It took me an hour and a half because they are so tiny that you just cannot see them sometimes. But I handed them all in to Orbot and Cubot and finally popped that machine part trophy.
The rocket has been completed.
Excellent!
And with those machine parts added, that finally allowed me to get the 100% collectibles trophy.
Out of my way!
Ahaha.
Which all that it meant was a nice victory lap, slamming Neo Devil Doom again without getting hit. But that is going to be the end of this side of Sonic X Shadow Generations.
Untouchable! Let's go!
We finally gotten every Shadow Generations trophy, and it was an absolute treat to play, and I can't wait to see what Sega is cooking up for Sonic or Shadow in the future. But now it's time to go back to the ripe old year of 2011 and play a little of Sonic Generations. We now get to have a fun little nostalgia trip with Sonic Generations. This is going to be pretty much the same way we got all of the trophies with Shadow. We go through each level's act, 1 and 2, restoring them, unlocking challenge acts, and completing only a few of them for the boss key as there are 5 challenge packs for each level. We then must fight the 3 mini-bosses to get their Chaos Emeralds to unlock the final boss, and then it's just the cleanup trophies of S ranks, red rings and chows in each level, and all challenge acts complete with all collectibles and skills acquired, plus the hitless run on the final boss for the plat. Now there are 9 levels for Sonic, so we will speed this up a little bit and do this in generation sections. We start with the Genesis era of games on Green Hill Act 1. It took me a little bit to remember how to play classic Sonic, as I struggled to figure out how to use the spin dash again. With a few prompts giving me a gentle reminder on the spin dash,
It's R2 for the spin dash.
I somehow squeezed out an S rank and moved on to Act 2. But first there was a cutscene showcasing the storyline, with Time Eater taking everyone to the White Void before we hop into Modern Sonic's level of Green Hill. Now I will say something, this remaster does not feel as good as when you're playing as Shadow. The movement and how tight the controls are just feel infinitely better on Shadow's side of the game, and it shows throughout this game. With the first 2 acts out of the way though, and both the S ranks acquired, I restored Green Hill.
Green Hill restored!
Next up is a fan favorite from the Genesis era, Chemical Plant. We absolutely blitzed through Act 1 to the point I was blown away how short it was because I got an S rank in almost under 1 minute.
Wow, that was good shit.
And a few red rings to make it easier for cleanup later. In Act 2 I messed around a little bit too long trying to hit one of the shortcuts at the start of the level, but I eventually just gave up on it and went through the level normally, acquiring the S rank and restoring Chemical Plant.
Chemical Plant restored and Amy restored. Yay.
Next on our journey through the 90s is Sky Sanctuary, and Act 1 was a little bit longer than Chemical Plant, but overall extremely easy, granting me another S rank on the first run. Even Act 2 was an easy jog through, making all the S ranks on the Genesis levels extremely easy, and also acquiring a few collectibles, but either way, I restored Sky Sanctuary. Next up is the usual saga dance of going to the boss gate to unlock our challenge levels. We only need to play 1 challenge per level, even though there are 5 challenges per act. We will eventually do all of these, but I sped through doing a few challenges to get the keys I needed, but there was only 1 more pit stop we needed to do before fighting the first boss. It's time for our first mini-boss of the game, which is required to get the 7 Chaos Emeralds so you could fight the final boss. First up is Metal Sonic, an extremely easy fight that has an absolutely funky track from Sonic CD, but after a quick little minute fight, I unlock Metal Sonic's trophy.
Scrap metal! We've defeated Metal Sonic.
This means I can move on to the first boss of the game, the Death Egg Robot. Now I haven't played some of the early Sonic games a lot, so I've never fought this boss before, yet I feel they changed it up enough from what I saw to be fresh and fun. Even though I had some trouble with the platforming, I cracked this egg and made it to the end of the Genesis saga.
Sunny side up. Defeat the Death Egg Robot. I didn't even get an S. That's pain.
Next up is my childhood, the Dreamcast and GameCube era of Sonic games. Up first from Adventure is Speed Highway, with less spada audio mixing of course. Act 1 was another quick S rank, as well as Act 2 and a few collectibles to help the cleanup later on to boot.
Speed Highway restored.
Next up is City Escape, and I may have spent way too long getting upset at Act 1 trying to get all the collectibles in one perfect run.
Ah! How is that not f***ing doing it? I don't get it, dude. Ah! Dude, this is gonna f***ing make me lose my mind. What is going on? I'm pressing jump and it's not. I'm pressing X again. Ah! I'm gonna lose my mind, man. Me no likey this level. This level very badly designed.
But it's fine, we missed one ring and got the S in the end after I gave up. And after Act 1, I was just a little bit salty, so
Oh, please let this be better.
I speed ran Act 2 to get the S rank and move on from City Escape for now.
Suck a dick. City Escape Restored. Probably the worst levels in the game. Not gonna lie.
But finally, it's the last level from the GameCube era, Seaside Hill. A quick S rank in Act 1 and 2 and a little more salt coming out of me, it was restored and I'm moving on.
Seaside Hill restored.
Now let's go unlock this next boss with a few more challenge acts and probably the best mini boss in the game, aptly from the other side of the game, Shadow. It is a tragedy that this is the only part of the game that Live and Learn plays, technically, and it's extremely short. But after beating Shadow and taking his totally real Chaos Emerald, wink wink,
Shadowboxing? That's a good trophy name.
we got the rest of our keys and made our way on to the next boss. Now, I felt this way when I was younger, but they could have done something way more extravagant for Perfect Chaos. But hearing Open Your Heart and boosting over the water to get to him is about as good as it can get without Sonic going super. But a few hits to his noggin, we have now completed another era of Sonic's past.
Perfect Punisher, defeat Perfect Chaos. With a nice little S rank.
We have now made it to the final era, the next gen era, I guess, consisting of the 360, PS3, and Wii era of games. First up is Crisis City from 06, and it's the first time I did not S rank either act, getting a B, which is fine. I have to come back for the collectibles anyway, but for now, I will take the trophy.
Crisis City restored.
Next up, from one of my favorite but also a very decisive game, Unleashed, Rooftop Run. It's an incredibly fun level with the fantastic music and set pieces from pretty much Unleashed that makes the level almost exactly the same. Act 1 was a little rough, still not netting an S rank, but with an S rank on Act 2, I restored Rooftop Run.
Why is Vector in for the Spagonia one?
Now, Planet Wisp is by far the worst level in the game. They're just not enjoyable. Both Act 1 and 2, the level design does not feel great because the Wisp powers just suck to use on this game. It still has a fantastic soundtrack backing it, but to put into perspective how bad it is, I got an S rank on Act 1 with 7 minutes on the timer. That's whack, dude, that's whack.
Somehow got the S rank with a 710, okay?
Act 2 is a little more enjoyable, but with another level down, it's onto the challenge levels and the mini-boss.
Planet Wisp has been restored.
Dude, there's the emerald.
This time, I decided to tackle the mini-boss first, which is Silver. And it's overall a great fight, albeit a little bit easy, but dude had to make a giant ball of trash to try and crush me, so now he's under the whole dump, and I'm running off with his jewelry.
Bonk. Later. Just runs himself over, dude. Silver got served.
Next, I decided to tackle a few of the challenge acts for the keys, including an incredibly annoying rhythm game with Vector.
I don't understand. Why does it not... What? I don't get it.
But with the rest of the keys acquired, it's time to go fight the Egg Dragoon. They did a good job translating this to Sonic's gameplay, as this was a werehog fight in Unleashed, one of my favorite boss themes in any Sonic game too, with its high octane feel. But with Eggman down one more time, and my last Chaos Emerald acquired, it's time to go finish this story.
Good night, Eggman.
Boom Boom Dragoon.
Hell yeah. Gib Chaos Emerald. Thank you. Treasure Hunter. Collect all the Chaos Emeralds.
Now we finally get to fight the Time Eater, and I will not sugarcoat this. This is the worst final boss in Sonic history. Colors and Forces are even better than this. The controls, horrible. The final boss music, forgettable. And the fact that every single side character is yelling at you all the time.
George, cut the cord! This! That's a homing shot.
Be careful, Sonic.
Keep dodging or you'll get crushed!
That's a great noise. Yeah.
Oh my good god, I'm becoming schizophrenic. But we will get more into this fight when we go for the final trophy before this platinum. Let's just finish this.
End it! Burn! Burn to ashes!
I let go of one. I let go of the one. All right, not the cleanest run, but they don't really explain that that fight very well. And the S rank. All stages. You got the custom skills, supersonic. Damn rights I did.
Gamers, it's time for cleanup. We're going to start with the red rings and the chows, so it's time to run back all the way to Green Hill. This took a little bit of time, not really for the red rings, but some of these chows are so well hidden I have no clue how some people might have found these without a guide. This took a few hours actually, and I pretty much popped both the collectible trophies at the same time.
You easily S rank that and get the last red ring. Rescue professional. All chow collected. Oh, please be an S. Red ring collector.
As well as popping the S rank trophy.
And the Big Bang. Oh.
Now here comes probably the bigger grind of the game, the challenge acts. 90 of these bad boys, some easy, some irritating. These also unlock a lot of collectibles to get through the bells on their gates. But another 3 or so hours later, I beat every challenge act and acquired all the collectibles in the game.
There we go. Mission accomplished. Hogging it up.
With all the S ranks, all the collectibles done, I ran over, spent all my chow bucks acquiring all the skills.
Mad skills. Oh, can't see it.
Before tackling the final challenge. Alright, let's have a chat. Whoever made this fight, whoever pitched this is bad, and you should feel bad. The bugs that I ran into constantly to get this trophy were abhorrent. The edge of the time stream, which is like the bounds that keeps you in the fight. The f***ing walls bounce you up. Why? It is supposed to keep you in, yet why does it sometimes just stick to you, making it so you cannot move unless you swap from 3D to 2D?
Please. Get
Speaking of 2D, why would you ever move to it? Besides during his laser move. You get hit so easy and move so slow you are useless in 2D. You are stuck pretty much chilling in the 3D zone until this flying purple cloud moves back into the zone.
More than that. To defeat us.
I'm just gonna stay here. You can come back in here and we can fight.
This took around 30 minutes of constant resets when the equivalent of this on Shadow's side took 2 tries for me. And the polish and the tight controls from that made the final boss of Shadow feel so much better. This was horrible, but after locking in, the God Run happened.
Locked.
As I finished Sonic X Shadow Generations for good.
Sonic, combine your powers.
Come on, baby. Can't touch this. Can't fucking touch this platinum trophy. Let's go. Oh. It's done.
This was a damn good time, bar some pain points that happened throughout. From the nostalgia trip to the new beautifully crafted Shadow story, this game is probably a solid 8 out of 10 on my own scale, with the difficulty of the Platinum probably being about a 2, where the main difficulty is just some of the time-consuming things you have to do for some of the other trophies. But I want to thank you all so very much for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and even subscribe to see when more of my videos come up. And I want to hear from you guys. What game are you hitting in your backlog? What kind of experiences did you have with this game as well? And if you want to see what next game I'm playing in my backlog, I stream everything over on Twitch at twitch.tv/etherize. So come on over, chat with me, and let's platinum some games. Have a good day, everybody.